It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Mike Williams. It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Jags and the Colts, and it's coming up next.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground.
And right away, he lost the football. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Out onto the field comes the Colts offense for their first series. And at quarterback, a new name this year to the franchise, of course, but certainly not new to the league. A 15-year vet, former league MVP, Matt Ryan.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
The Jaguars at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Lawrence on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top two teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and the coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And slow going there as you'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Now Ryan.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be fourth down. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw going into the hands of Williams.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a first and 10.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And he'll get this to the 32. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0.
On 2nd and 7.
Lawrence.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
Trucks over him. It's a room to maneuver. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Lawrence.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Buying time to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Mike Williams.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
7 yards there and a first down.
Ryan. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second down, it's Taylor.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Dylan now on 1st and 10.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Lawrence.
That is caught. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go, here we go!
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 31, Ryan. And this one caught by Beasley.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Ryan. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball away, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. We had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some...
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. And the Jags grab it. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Ready, set.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Dillon up the middle.
Ain't going nowhere.
75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A.J. Dillon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They run once more with Taylor. Taken down at the 42.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that challenge is...
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. DeJuan Smoot with a tackle.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do. Trailing here as we got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lawrence will throw.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Running the toss here to Dillon.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, and their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. From the 38, Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 28. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield, and when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st down, Ryan.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Ryan.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. Got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds.
He's got a man, complete. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Running up the middle, here's Dillon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run once more with Dillon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you? Because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight. And they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Jaguars, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.